I look, you want to talk about code switching.
Yeah, go ahead.
And in corporate America, because a man by the name of Mario Lopez, y'all probably know him. He is on a whole bunch of TV shows. He was on Saved by the Bell, I think it was called as well. And people was getting on him because they were like, "Oh, we didn't even know you was Mexican like that." Because he had a video where he was eating some aguachiles or some shit, and people was tripping like, "We didn't even know you was like this." And I seen somebody say like, you know, y'all don't know what code switching is. And so it brought to my attention where people was kind of making fun of him or saying he was fake because in the corporate world, he's more, you know what I say? Obviously, he's not speaking in slang. He's got, you know, he's more proper, dapper down, whatever. But then here he was more like, I'm Mario. You feel me? I'm more chill. So what do y'all think about code switching? Like, do you think that is fake in a way for us to do it? Or do you think it should be something that's sort of like required? I feel like
code switching. That's the key to life.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling about it.
It literally is as simple as if you want to win, if you want to prosper, if you want to gain a lot of great relationships, a lot of dope friendships, and learn, you should know how to code switch, and it should be as easy as a switch. As turning like. And to even explaining what a code switch is, you're not going to talk to your mom how you're going to go out on the block and talk to your friends.
Facts.
You know, if you're trying to get a job, you're going to act different. You just have to. It makes sense. You know, like how I'm talking to y'all right now, saying y'all and not talking proper. If I'm trying to go get a corporate job, I'm going to talk a little bit more.
Tighten that up.
You know, let me turn it up a notch. So it's like, am I wrong for doing that? No, that's actually smart, and it shows growth and intelligence. So people should definitely learn how to code switch.
I don't like that shit low key though, because it's like you become like a damn chameleon. But you do got to adapt to whatever environment you in. But it's like you just become a different person every time you get around somebody. So like you putting on a mask. So then it goes back to what's really real and what's fake. Because like she said, you're going to be some way different with your mom versus with your homies or with your brother. So what are you really real at the core?
I feel like it's respect though. You know, like if I'm talking to my mom and I'm talking to my brothers, like I'm not going to curse in front of my mom. I don't care how old I get. I can be 80 years old. I'm always going to hold that respect for my mother and for my elders. But if I'm with my brothers and my sisters, I'm cursing y'all out. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
So it's really definitely is that respect and how you feel about that person or that situation while you're in it.
I agree with that to an extent. But like I say, like you see people, like I see black people as in general, get around at work with a gang of white people, start acting like the damn white people.
Hey, Tom,
like to me, it's crazy. But even talking to other black people, crazy as if they were one of them. The same way we see in the police force or whatever the case it may be. So I think it's to an extent of being able, like you said, as far as a respect level, but I still think you should be yourself at your core when you are in those different places.
I think it's more of a mindset thing. Like this ties back into the real nigga versus real man mindset. Because when I used to have a real nigga mindset, I had that mindset like, oh, you code switching, you at work talking like a white person and this and that. But in reality, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
We got to stop tying ignorance and stupidity with being black and being real.
That's fact.
And intelligence with being white. No, nigga, you intelligent too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You intelligent too. That's not acting like a white person. That's acting like an intelligent person. I don't give a fuck what color you is. You know what I'm saying? If I got a company, I don't want a bunch of real niggas running around, whether you white, Asian, whatever, hillbilly, whatever. I don't want that to represent my company because perception is reality. The point of a company is to earn profits, do business. Who the fuck wants to do business when everybody is acting like they act on the block or they act at home?
That's crazy,
you answering the motherfucking phones, oh yeah, what's the deal?
You know, what's up?
Nigga, you making sales like, what? Nigga, who's gonna buy from you?
Like,
you at the car lot like, come on, cuz, what the fuck you want? You want one of these cars or not? Like, like come on, that does not work in business. Keep that shit at home, like she said. When I'm around the fam, I act like this. When I'm on the block or I'm chilling with my homies, I act like this. When I get around the females, I act like this. That is code switching. Yeah.
And
you have to be a chameleon to be successful.
I feel like you still being yourself when you do code switch because it's all about keeping your personal morals also. Like for an example, say if I have to code switch to get a job, right? If I don't like how the person that's about to hire me, if I don't like how they're talking to me, I can say that in a nice way. You know, that don't mean just take whatever is thrown at you. That don't mean to lower your personal value. It just means act accordingly, but just in a respectful way. But still keep your personal beliefs.
And I like that's what I like that you said, because I think a lot of people think code switching means, you know,
selling out.
It's not. But in reality, it's like you could still stand for, you could be the most black power nigga in the world and sound like Carlton. You get what I'm saying? If that's how you talk or whatever the case is. Another thing I wanted to ask you about the code switching is, so do you think it's only for people of ethnic background? Because when you think about it, right, you think, I mean, you got the hillbillies and shit like that, but do you think that it's really meant for the white race? Because
man, they code switch.
They code switch, bro. They code switch.
And I think so too. I think so too. But I'm saying, do you think more so it was meant for us? Like, as in, if they walk in and, like, again, they see a white guy behind the counter, or the white dude is interviewing them, are they more inclined to just be more relaxed? Whereas if I come in and it's white dude behind the counter instead of a black dude, I can't really talk the same way. He might be able to get away with some more slang, or you know what I mean, get off with some jokes, or a certain shoe, or whatever the case is at the office, due to his boss being white and he's white. Whereas, and if I come in here in some J's, they might send out a mass email and be like, hey man, no more sneakers in the office. No more, you know what I mean? Don't wear your hair like this. Don't do this. Don't do that. So I feel like, to a certain degree, it is made for us as blacks, brown people, because they want us to act a certain way. At the same time, while I do think it's just professionalism at the end of the day and being intelligent, I think that it's not necessarily made for white people. And me working in the corporate world, I have kind of seen it firsthand, where you'll see white niggas joke around with each other a certain way, or whatever the case is. The black people don't do that. They don't really even be like super jokey with each other, you know what I mean, in front of everybody else, I feel like, to a certain degree, because then people's looking at you kind of crazy. So you more so there to get in, do your work, and get out. They're more like, shit, I'm at home. I'm feet kicked up. I'm doing my thing. So I feel like code switching, to a certain degree, is made for us as ethnic backgrounds. But at the same time, I do understand that, you know, they're just as wild.
Yeah, go ahead. I done been in workspaces, right, where I came in a workspace or whatever. I came in, had a lot of energy, doing a lot of being proper and doing a lot of things that made the business better. And by me having that energy and people gravitating toward me, it came to a point where the main boss didn't like me for that. Like, more people was coming to me than actually dealing with him. So it's like, damn, what you think about this? Or how should we go about this? So even me being that way, it's like, man, hey, you got to tone down, or we basically getting you up out of here. You know what I mean? That's why I say it's different to a different extent. So now it's like, me actually, if I be a code switch and not be myself, it's like, damn, well, now you got to tone down to keep this job, or you sit there and be suffering at this job because you're not allowed to be your best at this job. You know what I mean? I agree with y'all as far as acting a certain way when you go in certain places, because like you said, you're not finna go in a restaurant and just be acting a fool, hollering in that bitch. Like, you know what I mean? You're gonna act right accordingly as you grow. But I just still think it's, like you said, you gotta have a strong character about yourself when it comes to that.
Know yourself.
So, but that goes into not knowing your history as well, because I don't believe they made it for us, because realistically, we civilized society.
For sure.
When you start going back in history, I mean, let's look at pre-segregation. We was walking around in suits, ties, talking proper, clean.
For sure.
We didn't have none of that super slang and all that shit going on. We talking proper. And if you want to go as far back as the Moors when they went over there to Europe and Spain and all of that, to where they civilized that culture, where they weren't even taking baths over there. We got to tell them, hey, you can't sleep with the animals. You can't bathe with the animals. You got to wash your ass like this. You got to brush your teeth like this.
Made them walk right too.
We have been bamboozled and finessed to thinking that intelligence, proper, professional is white.
Yeah, we've been teaching knowledge.
That was us.
Yeah.
That was us.
All of that.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know which camera can see this, but I was saying, somebody run this bloodline for me. Because for sure, I was over there, gang. I was over there. You feel me? Somebody tap in. You know what I'm saying? My bloodline.
That do look like
we done taught them some shit, but people got to know their history. We've been bamboozled to think ignorance is real. Stupidity is real. That's why I said at the beginning of the show, we changing that. We on a whole nother wave. Intelligence is real. Smartness is real. Respect is real. Integrity is real. What you do when nobody's looking. Honesty, that's real.
That's a
the
fact.
stupid shit, that's not real. That's fake as fuck. A real nigga try to fuck your bitch when you go to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A real nigga do a crime with you, and you thinking he the realest nigga, cut a toad on you. You know what I'm saying? So we got to really start looking at shit like, Because everything that we call real, when you unmask it, that shit wind up being fake as fuck.
It's detrimental.
We just be bamboozled. It be fake as fuck. I know they gonna kill me on here like, well, that ain't a real nigga. Okay, cool. How many real niggas that we was like, oh, this the realest nigga in the world? Kind of find out he a fucking rat. If you want to start talking street shit, or he a fucking pedophile, or some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta really reconstruct our definitions of what's real and what's fake.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're coming to that point, you know, as a culture, because I feel like for so long it was the opposite. You get what I'm saying? Where it wasn't as many people trying to push that narrative. It was more people trying to be like, or niggas that were trying to push that narrative are getting made fun of, you know what I mean? Or getting outcasted, etc. So I think we're at a really great place right now within our community because people are starting to wake up and they're starting to realize that, like you said, the person who talks intelligent, you know what I mean, plans their next move, you know what I mean, controls their emotions and makes the right financial decisions, stays out of trouble. That is the person that's going to be most powerful at the end of the day, is going to succeed compared to the person that, you know what I mean, can't keep a hold on their emotions and really is ruled by their ego. Because a lot of the tough guy shit, that's really what it is somebody who I feel like is ruled by their ego. And that can really be detrimental for you because when you feel like, you know, you got to turn up or you got to go out here and make certain plays and do certain things to be seen as a man, that's when you're for sure going to get in trouble compared to the other dude. You know what I mean? So I think that's a great place that we are right now, you know, within our community. And hopefully we can keep it going.
Look, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. I think he planted a seed with the street niggas and their intelligence and the shit that he rapped about where niggas that was hardcore crippin' wasn't supposed to be talking about shit like that. So I think he made it cool to where it's like, oh, I could still be this. I could still rep this. I could still be real, keep it real, but I could still be intelligent with it too. Because growing up, a lot of people who like was over tough, I think they tried to mask how stupid they was to where like people that was more intelligent, you would low key pick on them and bully them to not show how unintelligent you are. You know what I'm saying? Where you can be intelligent and still be tough. Cause I read comments like niggas just think we soft or because we speak about positive things. Don't get it fucked up. Niggas is still demonstrate. You know, pardon me calling myself a nigga, but I gotta talk on terms that they can understand. Niggas is still go there. Niggas can still squabble up. We done been in shootouts. We done been in jail, county prison, all that. Niggas is still with the bullshit. Don't get it fucked up. But we not looking for it no more. We not promoting that no more. But if it gotta go there, it'll go there. But we preaching to be better. Because we see where that led. Nowhere. Failure. That shit ain't cool, bro. The companies is lying to y'all. These rappers is rapping all this shit. Most of these rappers is bitches.
They're not doing it.
Let's talk about it.
Because I done been around enough of them niggas and they nice as fuck when they come around.
And
they looking at you like you the big bro.
They not taking half the drugs they rap about. Let's
Future
talk
say
about
he don't even do perks.
He don't do none of that stuff he rap about.
He don't do
He got all you niggas doing perks.
Yep.
And he don't even do them.
Yeah.
That's a lot of these niggas. They just doing it for profit. That's what I said. What's the point of gaining the world if you selling your soul to get it? They selling out their own people for $1.
I think Nipsey Hussle even bridged the gap between people that you would say was like on that side of being a street nigga compared to, you know, black people who are not even on that type of time. Because I seen him link with a lot of people that wouldn't be quote unquote, you know what I mean, a street nigga, but they were black people. I think he also bridged that gap where it's like now, as long as you got, you know what I mean, some sense about you, and you're also obviously not no mark at the end of the day. Like nobody wants to be around somebody who's gonna fold. For, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like you can be smart, stupid, whatever, but nobody wants to be around somebody that's gonna fold. So I think he bridged that gap as well of making it cool. You know what I mean? To just accept people for who they are. Like this nigga might not be on that type of time. So what? You know what I mean? Is it really that big of a deal? Do I really, you know, I gotta chastise this nigga because he's not on that type of time? Nah, not really. You feel me? Come as you are. And if you're not a mark, if you're not somebody who's gonna get ran over, then what's the problem? We can build and we can grow together.
Problem is when people pretend. Yeah. That's the problem.
That's a big problem.
When you come around pretending like you something, and then we find out you not. That's where the problem come in at. Like you said, he was building with people that, to us, oh, he a square.
Yeah.
But he living as a square. He's living in his truth. Like, that's him. So I ain't expecting you to live like I live or live by the rules that I live by. You just be a man. I'm going to respect you as a man. Respect me as a man. I know you ain't no gangbanger, but I'm going to still respect you as a man because even if you a gangbanger, you a man first. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Sorry, what you got on that, man?
Hey, y'all spoke.
Yeah, 'cause these niggas
y'all
be-
done already dropped it.
They be having me hot in the comments like, we got a culture that they put intelligence with being soft, and I'm like, where does this come from?
Yeah.
Stupidity.
I know a lot of smart niggas that they train on a daily, and if I put the biggest gangbanger from your hood in the gym with him, he gonna wipe the floor with you.
And then men, let me tell y'all, a woman love an intelligent fella for sure. Nobody want to be around no dummy, like at all. So lead. Women love men that can lead and can think for themselves.
Fellas, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
You heard it here
For
first.
sure.